Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes, but we cannot see you.
Oh, you cannot see me. Okay. No, my camera is off.
Okay. Now it's on.
Welcome back. Go ahead, Mrs. Afaf.
Okay. Sorry for that. Okay. Assalamu alaikum. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Honorable Chief Guest, Her Excellency Sheikh Riyad bint Ibrahim Al Khalifa, founder and chairperson of Riyadh Group, the official sponsor of the Mosque Design Competition. Respected Dean Dr. Fuad Al Ansari, Chairwoman Dr. Haifa Al Khalifa, our most valued students, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. We would like to start the ceremony by hearing few of the beautiful verses from the Holy Quran.
I'll just share my screen.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. ألم تر أن الله أنزل من السماء ماء فأخرجنا به ثمرات مختلفا ألوانها ومن الجبال جدد بيض وحمر مختلف ألوانها وغرابيب سود ومن الناس والدواب والأنعام مختلف ألوانه كذلك إنما يخشى الله من عباده العلماء إن الله عزيز غفور إن الذين يتلون كتاب الله وأقاموا الصلاة وأنفقوا مما رزقناهم سرا وعلانية يرجون تجارة لن تبور ليوفيهم أجورهم ويزيدهم من فضله إنه غفور شكور.
Sadaqallah al-Azim. On behalf of the Cultural Collaboration Committee, I welcome you all to the closing ceremony of an exciting and engaging first symposium of the Islamic art and architecture. This symposium was organized by the Cultural Collaboration Committee of the Department of Architecture and Interior Design. With her great vision of first ever symposium in the Department of Architecture and Interior Design, Dr. Haifa Al Khalifa provided an excessive platform to acknowledge and appreciate the contribution of the Islamic art and architecture in the field. The symposium was extended with series of events like panel discussions, keynote speeches, paper presentations, and last but not least, the Mosque Design competition for students. I would like now to invite the chair of the Cultural Collaboration Committee, Dr. Tamadar Al-Fahel, to say a few words about the whole experience of the symposium.
Thank you, Ms. Afaf, and good afternoon, everyone. So, here we go. La ilaha illallah. There is no God but God. A testimony of faith. Once it has been said, then a whole love story begins between the worshipper and the worshipped, between the mortal and the eternal. This love story was not limited to a set of religious rituals or practices, but it was a way of life. When I first started my research journey, I was so into this love story. I was keen to understand how this rich history was formed the way we see it today, and how can we continue from there. Muslims did not retreat to geometry simply because figures in Islam were forbidden. It was because geometry and the notion of the center was a perfect way to convey there is no God but God. Today, this love story continues, but with questions and explorations that are more than ever. In its first edition, this symposium showcases some of our questions, our fascinations, and our experiments. I am happy to be part of this symposium as it is the beginning of an annual celebration of Islamic art and architecture, how it was inspired by other cultures, how it is influencing others, and how it continues to shape our built environment. As for the team that I am proud of leading, who organized and curated this symposium, I am so thrilled with the success of this event, considering the very short time we had to do it. Indeed, it is true that one is nothing without a great team. And I can say with a great confidence that this is the beginning of a many successful events and projects from the Cultural Collaboration Committee, which aims at establishing an interdisciplinary culture in the department where designers, anthropologists, historians, leaders, architects, artists, and educators come together. I am mainly giving this speech to express my utmost gratitude to many people who made this happen, but I will stop here for now and save my thanks till the end. So don't go anywhere. Back to you, Ms. Afaf.
Thank you, Dr. Tamadar, for giving us a wonderful insight of the event. Now I would like to invite the chairwoman of the Department of Architecture and Interior Design, Dr. Haifa Al Khalifa, to contribute a few words on the successful achievement of the symposium.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Afaf. First, good afternoon, and thank you for taking the time to attend today's closing ceremony of our first department symposium of Islamic art and architecture. Today, I would like to thank all of you who contributed to the success of the symposium, to the presenters, moderators, and special thank you goes to our keynote speakers, Professor Mishar Naim, Secretary General of Al Fawzan Award for Mosque Architecture, and to Mr. Mohammed Bouzayan, Senior Program Specialist at Arab Regional Center for World Heritage in Bahrain. A sincere thank you goes to the Cultural Collaboration Committee of the department, headed by Dr. Tamadar Al-Fahl, and to all other members, Dr. Islam Al-Ghanemi, Dr. Manal Khalaf, Mrs. Afaf Ibrahim, Dr. Hawa Al-Sheikh, Mrs. Noor Al-Alawi, Mrs. Firyal Khan, Mrs. Dina Abdullah, and Mrs. Aisha Agha. Thank you for your efforts and contribution to the success of the event. I am happy also to announce that we have been asked by Bahrain Authority for Culture and Antiques to send them all the recorded sessions of the symposium to be archived in the UNESCO. Also, it is with a great pleasure the department have decided to prepare for the second Symposium of Islamic Art and Architecture to be launched in November 2021. Last but not least, I would like to thank Dr. Fuad Al-Ansari, Dean of College of Engineering, for his support to the Department of Architecture and Interior Design. It is truly appreciated by all the faculty members. Thank you and good luck for all participants in the competition of Mosque Design today. Thank you all.
Thank you, Dr. Haifa, for your amazing speech. We are grateful for your support and encouragement. Now it will be a great honor to hear some feedback from our Dean. Therefore, I would like to call Dr. Fuad, Dean of the College of Engineering at the University of Bahrain.
Thank you, Mrs. Afaf. Good afternoon, everyone. Assalamu alaikum. It's a pleasure to be with you. I'm the Dean of Engineering, but I'm a member of the Department of Architecture and Interior Design, and this is my home, and it's my first home. And inshallah, soon I'll go back to it. And to my beloved team and colleagues, who I consider as family by now, because I spent more than almost 25 years of my life in this department. The symposium came as a surprise for me because when Dr. Haifa brought it forward to me, I thought it would be a small thing, considering the circumstances that we're going through with COVID-19, with the ability of organizing such an event in such a small, such a short time with minimum resources is amazing. And the topic itself is amazing. A symposium about Islamic art and architecture is something that is so rich. Islamic architecture, Islamic art is like an ocean to dive in. No matter how many times you dive in it, how many times you think that you know it, how many times you think you understand it, it will always be mesmerizing. It will always be, will always trigger you question marks. Will always make you inquisitive, and it will always give you a pleasure to enjoy and to see and to appreciate. As Dr. Tamadar said, it's not just a skill. It's not just art. It's not just a space. It's a belief, it's way of living, it's way to see nature, it's way to interact with nature, it's way how to also reflect ourselves, reflect the society. And this is it's a beautiful result. And not just that, the diversity of it. When we see the geographical location that it covers, from Morocco all the way to India and beyond, actually. When you look at such a huge geographical location, the diversity and background of all the people who adhere to it, who adopted it, who took it over and make it part of their life. And then not just that, digest it, and give back whatever they've been also living through before, the previous cultures that were there, and coming up with something totally new, which just shows that it is such a flexible and inclusive, I will call it, culture, basically. So I just want to thank this magnificent team for such a beautiful symposium. I'd like to thank Her Excellency Sheikh Diya for being supportive. This is not the first time she supports such an event. She's always there helping us. I'd like to thank our students for participating also, and for our keynote speakers for being there with us and for enriching the sessions of the event. Thank you so much for all your effort. I'm really grateful for this. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Fuad, for your encouraging words. Now it is time to see a glimpse of the symposium. The committee prepared a short video as a recap where we will hear from some of our speakers about the achievements of the event.
Okay, here we go. Just a minute.
Okay, sorry. I hope it is clear, right? You all can see my screen?
Can you all see my screen?
Yes.
I am sharing my screen. If you can confirm, Mrs. Leila, that I am presenting at the moment.
Dr. Hani, please. Did you hear the question, please? معانا ولا he's still with us, Dr. Mohsen?
I'm very happy to be participating in this symposium with my paper titled Islamic Architecture and Globalization, the Challenge of Coexisting. So let's get started.
Hello, everyone. I was very happy to be part of the first symposium of Islamic art and architecture organized by the Department of Architecture and Interior Design and University of Bahrain.
Hello,
My name is Dr. Hawra Sheikh. I am an assistant professor at the Department of Architecture and Interior Design, College of Engineering, University of Bahrain. I've been one of the speakers within the IAA Symposium organized by the Culture Collaboration Committee within our department. It has been a great pleasure to be a participant within this very well-organized symposium. This created a very unique exposure to see what other colleagues and researchers are doing and what are their research interests. It created very interesting networks and room for future collaboration, inshallah. I really look forward towards the next year symposium or conference. I'm also happy and honored to be part of the organization team, and I would like to end by express my sincere thanks again and again to the committee for their very hard working and dedication towards creating this special events. Thank you very much.
I do believe that such a symposium is a very important platform to initiate a debate about Islamic architecture in general and the way forward of a modern mosque architecture.
Challenging, that's what I would like to call or to name this symposium that had been done in our respecting department. Effort had been done by a wonderful teamwork, promising leader, and as well as support from the department. Let's say that this challenging creates a good opportunity to say that we do not know the impossible. Thank you very much.
I would like to thank the organizers of Islamic Art and Architecture Symposium 2020 in the University of Bahrain. In my opinion, the symposium was significant for a number of reasons, two of which I find important. First, it provided a platform for research fields, interests, and methods related to Islamic architecture to contribute. And second, it was arranged better with the world celebration on the International Day of Islamic Art. I also find that the symposium was sort of a fruitful intercultural dialogue with sharing knowledge between researchers and also by looking at a specific theme from different perspectives and through research from different parts of the world.
When we talk about the function of Islamic art, and we believe that when we are designing with the Islamic ideology, when we are designing with the Islamic concepts, any building, it take our mind to the intelligible world to dissolve everyday experience of things.
What I like most about the symposium was the variety of the activities. Our students were able to showcase their projects and their assignments related to Islamic architecture. We were able to hear some very interesting presentations from our guests, keynote speakers, and of course from our amazing faculty. So at the end, I would like to thank Dr. Haifa Al-Khalifa for her vision, and a big thank you goes to the collaboration committee of the Department of Architecture and Interior Design. I hope this symposium will become an annual event, and I'm really looking forward for the next one. Thank you very much.
The symposium was an opportunity to contribute with my research to public. From a landscape architecture perspective, my research analyzed data from ethnographic tools in formal and informal public open spaces in Bahrain. And the findings highlighted that Islamic art can be inclusive, and the role of planning, design, and management of outdoor spaces in cities is important to support the concept of tolerance and respect, with meanings of belonging to Islamic cities, including local Arab Islamic heritage sites and art and architecture.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Faryal Khan. I'm from Department of Architecture and Interior Design, University of Bahrain. I'm here today to congratulate Cultural Collaborative Committee for organizing the first annual Symposium of Islamic Art and Architecture. Thank you so much, and congratulations for arranging such a great event successfully. And thank you for creating a platform where people from different countries, different knowledge on Islamic art and architecture came here in this symposium and shared their thoughts, ideas, research work, and through that we all got benefited. So I'm looking forward to see more of this kind of event organized by Cultural Collaborative Committee. Thank you so much and congratulations.
We are looking for a theory, a new theory for architecture that cover all types of architecture in some civilization. We should think as universal members rather than a member that's separated and from the global family.
Yeah, I think this also falls within what Mr. Mohammed was talking about the certain criteria and the thing that you're looking for in terms of like the World Heritage List. What do you think, Dr. Mohammed, about having universal methodology or values?
Yeah, absolutely, you're right. Like Dr. Mashari was saying, there are values according to cultures, to societies, but we recognize the global importance of certain values according to the shared understanding of these values. So when we are talking about architecture, art, it's not only important for the Islamic world, as we mentioned before, but for the world.
But it was a very enriching conversation. I would, on behalf of all the attendees, on behalf of the organizing committee of this symposium, I would like to thank the three of you, Professor Mshari, Mr. Mohammed, and Dr. Haifa. Thank you so much. I've learned so much from you, and I'm definitely like where we might need to carry on this conversation into another symposium, because there are so many things to talk about. Like, for example, what you said, Professor Mshari, about revisiting the history of the Islamic heritage and changing the meaning of the notion rather than the notion itself. I was really caught up with that. It was very interesting how you put it. So I'm looking forward to meet you maybe personally one day. Sorry, we couldn't like have tea or snacks after that. But
it will be my pleasure.
Inshallah. That's all for me now. I hope I didn't take much of the time of the session. And at the end, I'm telling you, shukran bizzaf. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much, Dr. Tamadar, for helping us to visualize the feedback of our participants. And also thank you for all of those who shared their experience through videos. Now I would like Mrs. Aisha Agha to brief us about the mosque design competition.
Thank you very much, Afaf, for this opportunity. It was my great pleasure and an honor to introduce the design competition of a contemporary mosque design in the first symposium of Islamic art and architecture. As we all know that the mosque is the most important building in Islam, a sacred building which is associated with a ritual act of salah to Almighty Allah. The form of a mosque attracts believers to perform religious norms. Its space helps to enlighten the Islamic values by accommodating activities and sustaining the well-being of community. In celebration of the International Day of Islamic Art, the design competition was announced to students of architecture and interior design to come up with an innovative design solution by linking the Islamic architecture with the contemporary design approach. The site of the project was carefully selected in a neighborhood area of Sanat to give some idea of the surrounding context. We are very grateful to all of the students who participated in the competition in the very challenging time of their final exams and juries. The result of the competition is wonderful. The participants proposed brilliant ideas about the architecture, form and space by professional rendering techniques and their presentation. We are very much obliged to all our jurors for providing their valuable input in the selection of the best projects, though it was very challenging as all projects contributed with interesting design solutions. The following faculty members were involved in the jury process: Dr. Fatma Kai, Dr. Anamika Jivani, Mrs. Leila Karajika, Mrs. Sonia Lamela, Mrs. Afaf Ibrahim, and myself. The jury panel used a professional method of assessment with a focus on the relevant parametric measures of the project requirements. The process of the selection was done entirely based on the quality of students' design work. The panel selected 2 best projects, ranking first and second. However, the panel found 2 more projects worth including in the winners group under the category of distinction. On behalf of the Cultural Collaboration Committee, I express my sincere gratitude to all the members of the jury for their valuable input. Thank you very much. Let me acknowledge that the competition would not have been possible without the great financial sponsorship and support we received from Her Excellency Sheikh Hadia bint Ibrahim Al Khalifa, who is the chairwoman of Riyada Consulting. Riyada Consulting is a leading corporate finance consulting and business advisory firm in the Middle East and North Africa region. Thank you very much for your collaboration and encouragement to promote such competitions. We are honored to have your kind presence in our closing ceremony. Now, I would like to request our distinguished chief guest, Her Excellency Sheikh Hadia bint Ibrahim Al Khalifa, to join us and say a few words to our students and audience. Please welcome our chief guest.
We are still trying to see if Sheikh Hadia managed to sign in. So if you can give us a few moments.
Sure.
This is the problem of Teams. You cannot have a commercial break. That would have helped now.
We can continue with contributing the design jury's thing. I think we had a wonderful experience in our design jury competition, and we really appreciate efforts from all the students. They really did very good job with their nice contribution, in a very short time.
Yes, I think now it is time to know the names of the winners. For the exciting announcement, I would like to call Ms. Dina Abdullah to present the jury panel results.
Ms. Afaf, I think Sheikh Hadia already signed in.
Oh, so she's here. Okay then. Welcome, Sheikh Hadia.
Can you open your camera or mic?
It was open just a second ago.
It's working? Is it working?
We can hear you. You can start speaking. We can hear you. Oh, hi. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Sorry, I had problems logging in, and I'm very honored to join you and to take, even if it's a small part in the symposium. It's it's an important subject to provide platform in promoting and preserving our Islamic architecture. And I'd like to thank Dean Dr. Fuad Al-Ansari and Dr. Sheikha Haifa Al-Khalifa, the chair of the architecture department, and Dr. Hawra and the organizing committee and everyone who participated in this. I'm very honored to be here, and I look forward to see the participants in the competition to have more success in the future, and what they have provided shows that they have the potential to provide further input on the subject. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much, Sheikh Adiya. We are truly honored to have you share these special moments with us today. So now it's the time to know the names of the winners. For this exciting announcement, I would like to call Ms. Dina Abdallah to present the jury panel results.
Hello. I'm just going to share my...
Dina, you're sharing your... Okay, perfect.
We express our gratitude to all the participants who contributed in the mosque design competition with this very challenging time. All the students from the University of Bahrain and Sultan Qaboos University did very well in the design. It was challenging to decide which project had the best design solution for the mosque. There's a beautiful saying by Zenshin that says, "A flower doesn't think of competing to the flowers next to it, it just blooms." As per the jurors' results, we are pleased to announce the two winners for the first and the second prize, along with the distinction award for 2 students. The distinction category goes to Ms. Fatma Abdul Rasul for covering the socio-cultural aspects in her design project.
Shall I screen it from my end? Because I think it's a bit slow.
And we need to clap, not even virtually, and we can do it. Our mics are open.
There should be.
Inshallah.
No, there should be actually.
Yeah, there should be some music.
Yeah, there's something wrong with the video itself. It was incorporated with that.
If you're playing it directly in Teams, then it would be a bit.
You need to do the setup to use the internal sound of the computer. Otherwise, it will not fit.
Yeah.
My mother checked it by making it listen to the speakers.
It's okay, Dina. I know what you're gonna say, so I'm gonna time myself with you. Yeah.
Okay, so we're at the first distinction. And
yeah, just let me just play that.
Thank you, Fatma, for your efforts. The second distinction category goes to Rehab Fardan for her contemporary approach for mosque design. For your contribution. Now the winners of the mosque design competition are: the second prize winner is Mr. Abdullah Al-Bazzaz. Thank you, Abdullah, for your interesting. Thank you, Abdullah, for your interesting contribution for the design competition. You may have a few moments to express your feelings, or if you have anything to say.
First, I want to thank you all, the organizer, for this opportunity to be part of this ceremony. It was a great honor for me. Also, I think for all the students here in university, also it's international. So thank you so much. And I hope you like the design of sir.
مبروك مبروك.
مبروك عبد الله.
مبروك عبد الله. نحاول الأعلى إن شاء الله يا رب. Next time the best prize إن شاء الله.
إن شاء الله.
Okay, and finally, the first prize goes to Mr. Khan.
مبروك حسين.
Thank you, Hussein, for your wonderful design ideas, and congratulations. You may have a few moments to express yourself.
Thank you, doctors. I'm truly speechless. I have nothing to say at this moment. And I really would like to thank you for this opportunity. And I'd like to thank all my colleagues who participated well in their amazing designs. And I hope, inshallah, next time it will be more of this symposium and competitions. And that's it. Thank you. Thank you all.
إن شاء الله. ألف مبروك حسين. ألف مبروك.
مبروك
من هنا
حسين.
إن شاء الله.
Congratulations.
Mabruk.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Dina, and congratulations to all the winners. Last but not least, it is time to express our gratitude to all of you. For that, I will invite Dr. Tamadar once again to say a vote of thanks.
Thank you, Ms. Afaf. In the end, on behalf of the Cultural Collaboration Committee, I extend my warm expression of thanks to all the guests for gracing this ceremony today. My gratitude to our keynote speakers, Professor Mshari Naim, Secretary General of Abdel Latif Al-Fawzan Award for Mosque Architecture in Saudi Arabia, Mr. Mohammed Zian Bouzian, Senior Program Specialist for Cultural Heritage, Arab Regional Center for World Heritage in Bahrain, and our beloved Dr. Haifa Al-Khalifa, Chairwoman of the Department of Architecture and Interior Design, for their wonderful contribution about the topic. Our panelists enhance more diversity about the Islamic art and architecture. For that, we are very thankful for Dr. Mohsen Al-Garni, Senior Advisor, Executive Director of Historical Mosques, and Dr. Hani Janedi, Consultant of Abdul Latif Al-Fawzan Award for Mosque Architecture. My appreciation to all the participants for their wonderful paper presentations on various topics of Islamic art, to the students for their enormous contribution for the mosque design competition, and all the motivated and dedicated team of the Cultural Collaboration Committee in organization of this first Symposium of Islamic Art and Architecture. I was amazed by how fast and how enthusiastic our faculty were, especially that we have announced the call for participation relatively very short, but it was overall, it's a very, very enriching experience throughout the 4 days of the symposium. This workshop would not have been possible without the great support of our RT team, our hidden soldiers, as I named them, Ms. Luma Khalifa, Muslima Khalifa, Mr. Fuad Al-Majid, Mr. Jose, and Mr. Ghassan Al-Shahabi from the Public Relation. You all did excellent job to make it possible. Thank you for tolerating with us and being so patient with us with all our technical issues. And our special thanks goes to the chairwoman of the Department of Architecture and Interior Design, Dr. Haifa Al-Khalifa. It was her vision to celebrate the Islamic art and architecture and the International Day for Islamic Art. We are thankful for your trust, support, and encouragement. And I cannot skip acknowledging and expressing my gratitude to the chairwoman and Her Excellency Sheikh Diya bint Ibrahim Al Khalifa and her company Riyada Consulting in MENA region for their financial support for the mosque design competition. You have been our sole financial collaborators, so thank you very much for your generous support. And once again, I want to state that we are most grateful to all our guests, and we thank you all for being with us this evening. It has been a great pleasure. We wish you a very happy new year and all the very best. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. مشكورين يعطيكم الف عافية.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
نراكم على خير إن شاء الله وكل عام وأنتم بخير.
Happy New Year to everyone.
Happy New Year to everyone.
Happy New Year.
Bye.